Okay, hello, I'm Piero San Giorgio. Today, as you know, I'm traveling and I was very fortunate to meet Julian here. And interestingly, as discussing, we found out that Julian is from Syria. And actually, I don't know if I told you already, but I've been, certainly if you read my book, you know what I think about how much I like Syria and generally speaking the countries in the Middle East. In fact, I took my passport and I can show you. I've been to Syria. I have a visa for Syria for some years ago, and obviously I was there before the situation turned pretty bad last year. And I'm always interested to meet people and ask them what's their point of view of what is really happening, because they have friends and family over there. And I wanted to ask you, Julian, what do you think is the situation, and what's your story, by the way? How do you ended up here from Syria?
Well, actually, what I'm gonna say about Syria, Syria is a great country. Syria is a really beautiful country. Some of those countries, they wanna get Syria in trouble, but we believe in our president. He will clean the country from all kind of terrorists. They came from Qatar, from Saudi Arabia, and from Turkey, and we will have peace again, for sure.
So you think that President Assad is today the best? The media say regime, but it's the best system, the best person to lead Syria out of the trouble.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that is like a proof. Me like a Syrian, and everyone likes Syrian. The President Assad, he is really the best. We will never ever find one like him. For
okay,
sure.
Are you yourself from the same religious part of? Are you Alawite or?
I'm not Alawite actually. I'm Christian Orthodox, but what I mean is not only the Alawite they love Assad. And not only the Christian they love Assad. The most of Syrian people, they love Assad and they want him. And that's me and all my family and all my friends that I know, they are Assad supporters.
Actually, I must concur that from many travels and many of my friends, even in Lebanon, Lebanon has a difficult story with Syria. Exactly. Even my friends in Lebanon who are Christian Lebanese, which traditionally were mostly not so much supportive of Syria, even to them today, they are actually supportive of Assad and the situation, because they know that if Syria goes very bad, Lebanon too will become a disaster again, like it used to be in the civil war in the 70s. So that's interesting. Now the question is, you probably noticed that the media coverage of what is happening in Syria is, at least in the West, the way we see it today here on CNN, on BBC, on the French news TVs, etc., is extremely partial. Why do you think this is so, and why do you think the reality of the situation does not come out the way it is?
Well, the media in 2012 or 2011, there is not really media anymore. If we're gonna watch Al Jazeera of Al Arabiya, they will never ever show something happen in Bahrain. Why? Here is the question. Why always breaking news is Syria? Why always they start Syria? Why they don't show what happened after Gaddafi in Libya? Why they don't show in the most of the other country what happened? Always Syria, Syria, Syria. Because Syria is a great country. Let them against Syria, but we don't believe the media. We believe on our media, and we know our country, and we know what happened in the country. That's why.
And why do you think the media is so much biased this way?
The media are using for some people actually. What Qatar want, Al Jazeera she gonna do? And Qatar is one of the enemy, one of the most countries against Syria. Of course Al Jazeera, they're gonna show what the king of Qatar, or the prince of Qatar want, and that's why they have to. A lot of the people or Al Jazeera, they left Al Jazeera, they go back home because they say he's not media anymore. Hassan bin Jaddo, he was like Al Jazeera in Beirut. He stopped.
That's true. And why do you think Qatar is so much focused on Syria these days? And Libya, by the way, also?
Here is the question. Is actually Qatar let's think about 2 years ago, there was a good friend of Syria. Even Turkey was very good friend of Syria. We have good relationship with all our neighbors, all countries. In one time, they turn and they are now against. Why?
Why?
Why? It's actually a good question. They scared. Syria is the best. Syria was the good location in Middle East. Yeah, I'm really I have too much to tell. That's why.
Interestingly, is if you haven't read my book, but for those of you who have read my book, you know that in the first part of the book I mentioned the scarcity of natural resources that the world is going into, and that we are having much less oil, much less petrol, and that since the 1970s there's been a focus of the biggest power in the world, the United States, to control the Middle East. And the end game of the Middle East was obviously Iraq, and Saudi is already under control since always of the United States. So now I cannot go to Saudi Arabia anymore after saying that. But certainly Iraq, and that was obviously the goal of going into Iraq, was to control the natural resources. And what is only left, the biggest prize, is Iran. And my theory, and I write this in the book 2 years ago already, is that to reach Iraq, to reach Iran, you need to isolate Iran. And today one of the big friends of Iran is Syria. So this is a way to make war on Iran through Syria. And Libya was also a country that was semi-independent. And obviously he was not willing to go the way of the United States, and he was punished. Very big time. And now my theory is that they're going to Syria because it's a way to reach to Iran.
That's one of the reasons. That's really one of the reasons. It's true. That's true. And they know all of them also. That's why they do it, and they still do it, and they try, and they will try. But we have Russia, we have China. They know good the situation there, and that's why they still do everything to get Syria alive, and they will get it.
Yes, Russia and China has been very supportive of Syria and Iran.
Exactly, they are great countries.
Of course, and I think they are fearing themselves to be surrounded.
Yeah.
And let's hope it continues. Anything, as you may or may not know, with my friends in France from Égalité et Réconciliation, we all been to manifestations in front of the Qatar embassy in Paris last December, and to support Syria. Anything that you'd like to say to our French viewers and international viewers to help you and help Syria generally? Anything we can do?
Yeah, we tell the truth, like exactly what I see and what you see also, and what you know about it. And the most of them also, they know the situation, but they do always something different.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I hope you and your friends are going to keep supporting. Because we like Syria. It's one of the oldest countries in the world, and the oldest people, oldest cities in the world.
Thank you very much. We like also all the good people like you, how they know the situation in Syria and they tell the truth. Well, because of you, many people they will know the truth. And we are active on our Facebook, on our all Twitter. And we do all good things for our country.
Excellent. Well, what we want is peace for everybody.
Of course.
And of course, we want peace for Syria and our friends. So I thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we want to stay in freedom, like our freedom, not the freedom what they want to give us.
I agree.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.